What's going on, guys? Regarding state accountability, I have a story straight out of Connecticut. I have Donald Izzo. He's from Connecticut. He's got a story he'd like to share. He contacted me, and he told me a story. I found it very interesting, and there's been a lot of corrupt things going on in Connecticut. So I was like, you know what? He told me a story, and I don't believe that the police handled the situation very well. I think there was a little bit of collusion going on with what's been going on with the police. But I'm going to bring on Donald right here. Don. What's going on, Don?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys?
So, Don, you want to explain a little bit about your story in Connecticut before we start playing some videos?
Yeah, so basically, over the summer in July, I was arrested by the Connecticut State Trooper, Troop F, Trooper Stevens. Been having some issues with the state police, barracks Troop F, same officer, basically just a lot of run-ins and not much accountability or transparency being done.
All right, so this has to do with a situation where you had a planned trip to go to Florida, and you took your son to Florida, and you're from Connecticut, and so is your ex-girlfriend. She's also from Connecticut, and you reside in Florida, and you run an Airbnb business, and so you travel back and forth to Florida, and you bring your son with you. You've taken him to Florida back and forth, maybe, I don't know, 5, 6, maybe 7 times. With no issue. I mean, I guess maybe there was one issue where a flight got delayed or something like that.
Weather, rained. Yeah,
because of the weather. So Salty Dog says Troop F. Do you know anything about Troop F, Salty Dog? Is that where the
it's Barracks Troop F? Westbrook, Connecticut Troop F.
So what's going on at Jenny? What's going on, Aria? What's going on, Howard County Observer? I am the CLIT commander. I don't want to say it, but So let's hop into this video. So your ex. Well, I have a call first, actually. So your ex girlfriend, a flight got delayed for reasons beyond your control. We'll get into that a little bit later. But she called the police because you weren't going to be home on time with your son. Is that right?
Correct.
And so let me see if I can bring this up. All right. Let me bring this up. This is just audio for now. This is the 911 call that I guess your ex-girlfriend made to the state police. Is that right?
Correct.
All right, so we'll play this here.
Hi, this is Natalie Amendola. My ex, Donald Izzo, took my son to Florida. He's supposed to be back at 8 o'clock, and he still hasn't.
Okay.
Not been back.
You said your first name is Madeline?
Natalie Amendola.
Okay, could you spell your last name for me?
N is an apple, N is a Mary, E is an Edward, N is a Nancy, D is a dog, O is an Oscar, L is a mama, A is an apple.
Okay, and where do you live?
Middlefield.
Okay, what's your address?
5 Racetrack Hollow.
Racetrack Road?
Hollow. Racetrack Hollow.
Okay, and what number are you at?
5.
5, all right. And what's your ex's name?
Donald Izzo.
Could you spell that for me?
DONALIZZO.
And
That's my point forward. He's not coming back.
did he text you this morning or call you saying that?
So she's saying in this 911 call that you have her son, it's both of your sons, right? It's
correct.
Equally 50% yours and 50% hers. and you're not coming back. That's what she's saying in the 911 call, right?
Correct.
But she knows you're coming back because you've already provided, details that your flight was delayed and you're coming back the next day. And, this was all communicated through an app that the court provided. And you provided those details to her. You're coming back. You had an issue. And we'll get into that issue in a minute. But she's basically lying on this 911 call. Is that what I'm getting from?
I provided the details to her the night before, so she was able to know exactly where the child was.
So we'll continue playing this.
Yes, his time is until 8 o'clock this morning. He knows when he comes in therapy, and he says his flight got changed. He doesn't have plans to come home until Tuesday. You guys know about Donald Izzo. He's unhinged. He has my son in Florida at 19.
She said he wasn't. You're not coming back, but then she also says that you're coming back the next day, right?
Yeah.
And they know about you, and you're unhinged, and you're unhinged.
Supposedly, yeah.
You're unhinged because there was an incident with her current. I think are they married? Her current.
Yeah, they're married.
They're married. So there was some abuse allegations on your son, and you were concerned. And is that why they know you?
Yeah, basically, my son was abused by her husband, Nicholas Amendola. My son was. We picked up my kid for another trip last year in 2024. Sorry, it's 2 years ago, 2024. And my son had a bruise on his back shoulder, and that's where the incident started from there when I had to make the complaint. And that's where it all started. And
this is why the police know you, right?
Correct. Exactly.
Right. We'll continue this call.
Come back right now. You guys have a history with him.
Okay. I'll start a trooper that way. We'll get that sorted out with you, all right?
All right. So we'll end that there. Then they did send a trooper out there.
Yeah, Trooper Stevens. Yep.
Anything you want to say before I pull up that body cam footage?
So basically, at this point, after the call came through, my ex already had all the information from the messaging app. Would you want me to show it now, or you want me to show it as we go through the video?
You can show it now if you want. Yeah.
All right. I'll show it to you. Let's see. Boom.
All right. If you guys are in here, let's get Aria to 200 subscribers while we're in here. The link is there. Jenny just put it up there. Let's get Aria to 200 subscribers. Let's go.
So here's the conversation right here. So on 7/18, July 18, 2025, I notified her, letting her know that I was taking my son to Florida.
And this is in the this is just a transcript of the app that you guys communicate through by the courts, right?
Yes. It's called APP. So like I said, 7/18, I sent it to her. She reviews it like at 5:52, so about like 30 minutes. Cool. I tell her that the plane leaves. She says, okay, there's no problems from there. On the way home, this is where it starts getting a little confusing. So I'll let you show the video to kind of give you some type of context of what's going on from there.
All right. Play the video here.
Just because I'm sick and tired of hearing it's a family court issue, it is not. This is against the law. I've gone through this years ago with him. It is parental interference. It is against the law.
Doesn't have his medication for kid.
Okay.
You guys
That's
said
DCF.
he's mentally unstable. Yeah. That's what
Nobody
you
wants
get
to
a
do
feeling
anything about
for.
this.
What are you guys going to
I know
put on
stuff.
paper to help me?
It's I know, and I'm not trying to say it is that thing. It's obviously not.
Yeah.
It's just we're trying to dictate off the law what it says.
If he has visitation, he should have been back 8 o'clock.
I understand that. Were they aware that he was supposed to go to Florida, or
He didn't call her that he's going to Florida until he had him in his custody.
Now, you've already communicated that you were going to Florida, and you've already taken your son back and forth to Florida. What, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times already.
Correct.
So she knew he was going to Florida, right?
100%.
And you've had pictures with your son in Florida. You've taken him to Disney World. You took him to Comic-Con. Is that what it was? Comic-Con?
Yeah, the Collecticon. Yep.
Collecticon. And you're posting these pictures on social media. She knows that your son is going there, and it's not your first rodeo doing this.
Correct.
Your flight got delayed once because of weather. This time your flight got delayed for another reason we'll get into shortly. But they're making it sound like, at first anyways, after I've watched the body camera footage, they were kind of like reluctant to give all the information out to the officer. Like, oh yeah, we didn't know he was going to Florida. Actually, we found out that he was going to Florida that day. But I mean, your primary residence is in Florida, and they know
Correct.
that already.
Oh yeah, 100%. She knows that.
So I feel like they're kind of trying to deceive the cops already. So we'll play
100%
here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same.
But she knew he was coming back, supposed to be today.
Today, and then she got the message that his flight got changed again.
Okay.
That's a good saying.
Yeah.
And there's been no bad weather, so.
Yeah, if we had a flight number, I could double check that.
No.
But obviously, he's not going to give us that.
Let me go see this guy said.
Yeah, no worries. You want me to move my car?
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. I think he's
Okay.
upset. I put my sprinkler system on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I gotta calm her down. Just another thing on top of everything else that's been doing.
nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody wants to do anything with it.
I know.
The
It's
courts aren't moving with it.
they never will.
They never will.
No, it's Middletown, and I have no faith
You want
in
to pause
them
that for a second?
to do anything, unfortunately. But
What does he mean by that? Like,
What? No
when he says-
faith in Middletown?
yeah, like what is he trying to say? Like,
I mean, I guess he's got. I mean, I don't find this to be a criminal thing. It's a civil thing, and I don't really know why the police are getting involved to begin with. But we'll let it play out.
that's just out of my hands.
So they'll just let this kid keep on doing whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Until someday he disappears with them
Yeah,
altogether.
I'm gonna go to court. But
Fortunately,
what is DCF going to do?
Really?
That's why, like I said, she should get a restraining order and start doing all this.
So he's talking about getting a restraining order. Restraining orders are for, I don't think it's for a scenario like this. So restraining orders for like, you're in fear for your life, or someone's going to be hurt, or something like that. So for him to bring up a restraining order for a situation like this, it's kind of crazy. And you already are communicating in such a way where it's ordered by the court that all communication has to be done by this app, right?
correct. And I also DCF was also involved. Real quick, I'll just show you. I'll show you my screen here.
Sure. Came down.
Yeah, I know. Here it is. It's a PDF file, so it's going between the Google stuff. But yeah, this is the DCF file that shows I was cleared right here. DCF found no pose of risk to the health or safety or well-being of the child. And it has my son's name and it has my name right here.
Right. That's the is that the charge?
No, this is the DCF form. She mentioned that she wanted to get DCF involved, but DCF was already involved already.
Okay. So DCF's already involved. You have this court ordered thing where you have to communicate with her through this app and all that good stuff, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it's kind of clear that she's not in fear for her life,
Correct.
All
yeah.
right. Let's continue on this video here.
Is the video playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, the video is not playing. Hold on.
Yes.
And everything. Yes.
Does he still have that 666 number? Donald?
Yeah.
All right. I just got to call him real quick.
All right. So the officer gives you a call at this point, right? It's
Correct.
a long call, so I'm not going to play the whole thing. We'll start it right over here. If you can give like a kind of rundown of what happened on the call.
So basically, he just called. He asked me, is my son all right? I was with my son. We were actually right outside the pool. We were about to go into the pool. So I just stepped aside while my son was in the pool, and I just explained to him everything was fine with Michael. I told him that I already explained everything. He started mentioning about medication, and I told him that, naturally that, I would communicate with her about that, and which I did.
Well, she was saying that your son didn't have the medication, right?
Correct, in which I already was getting his medication for him. The doctor was just
when she told the officer that he wasn't getting his medication, you have already were in the process of getting the medication for your son, right? You were
correct. She called the doctor. She called the doctor and had the doctor. She asked me what pharmacy to go to, which I'll show you that in the messages. And you'll see the date and time that when I picked up the medication. You'll see the date and time when I sent the message, and all that as well.
Right. So she's, I mean, in my view, she's trying to deceive the cop, like, oh my gosh, my son doesn't have any medication, and you're not going to let your son be out without medication. You're like, hey,
of course not.
I'm going to be another day. I need to get our son some medication. So
correct.
Call the doctor, see if you can get some medication down to the CVS over here in Florida, and you did. And
yep.
And you have receipts to prove that, which we'll pull up in a minute. We'll continue on with this.
Okay. DCF won't do anything.
DCF won't do anything because it's civil.
Keep filing for major students to change school activities.
And she said, I could tell you he's mentally unstable, but I can't document that on a piece of paper. And it is a crime, what he's doing right now.
And she's saying what you're doing is a crime. Can you tell everybody why your flight was delayed?
So basically, on the way home from Orlando on Sunday, we were taking a 6:40 flight home. So I got to the airport approximately like 4:30 in the morning. We were going through the TSA. I have that pre-check, and they do that scan with your face. And naturally, I had an old charge that was removed, but it was never removed from the CT Collect system. So when I went through the TSA screening process, I was basically flagged. And when they ran my name through the Connecticut CT Collect system and the NCIC came back. I didn't have anything on my background, but I guess the CT Collect system had an old charge of violation of a protective order.
What the CT Collect system is?
The CT Collect system is the system that Connecticut uses to basically document all like the protective orders and all the different type of charges that the courts use. It's like their telecommunication type system. Each state has their own similar system. It's just Connecticut calls it CT Collect.
All right, so they ran your name through NCIC. All right, nothing came up. Then they ran your name through the CT, the Connecticut thing.
Collect.
Came up and said you had a pending charge. They wouldn't let you fly. You were about to board your flight to get on the flight to go home at the specific time you were supposed to, right?
Correct.
They would not let you board your flight.
Correct. So the airport gave us
this was on a Sunday, is that right?
On a Sunday, correct.
Right. So the courts weren't open. The officer was trying to verify that you were cleared to go fly. Is that right?
He was going to clear to see if that charge was naturally either removed or if it was an actual charge. I had documentation that
Monday morning, right?
To verify, they had to call the courts on Monday, correct?
Right. So they wouldn't let you fly Sunday night, right?
Correct. Sunday morning.
You had to fly Monday after they verified that this charge is no longer there, right?
They gave me the flight of Tuesday, actually, not Monday. They verified it on Monday, and then the airlines gave me and my son 2 vouchers, and then they paid for the hotel room because obviously for the issue, and they rebooked us with no charge with the new.
So they gave you a hotel, and they rebooked your flight. All right,
correct.
But it was delayed, and you were in line at TSA checkpoint to fly back home to get your son back in time. So you're telling me,
yes.
You're telling me that all this stems, these 2 charges that you have. What are the 2 charges again?
The first one is custody interference, first degree, class D felony, and the other one is risk of injury to a child, and that's a class C felony.
All right. So the custody thing, that was out of your control. The Orlando Police Department, whoever was working at the airport, stopped you and said you can't fly. So that was out of your control, right?
Correct.
So actually, I would say let's charge Orlando Police with that for a custody interference, maybe, because your son's got to get back. The second one was the second charge is, what was the second charge again?
It was risk of injury to a child, and that's a class C felony.
All right, and the risk of injury to a child, they're charging you with that because your son didn't have his medication, but you are already in process of getting that medication. Is that right?
Correct. Yes. All
right, so we're going to continue to play this video out a little bit more. If you're in here, please smash that like button, share Don's story. Let's get this out there if we can. All right, so add this to stage, and we'll play it out.
And the state trooper was able to talk to him, but he's not responded to any of my messages.
That's a lie right there.
Yeah, he's coming back tomorrow.
I mean, you were communicating in the app. You have the transcript from that. But I mean,
yeah,
the officer already spoke to you. You're already in a heated state because the officer spoke to you. The police are involved now. I mean, who wouldn't be mad? And you did the smart thing, actually. You didn't say anything to her because when you're angry or when you're in that state of mind, that would be the worst time to try and communicate back and forth. You know what I mean? So
anything I would say to her, she would twist it up. So regardless if I just gave her every piece of information I had, she would just turn it up and flip it into something else. Regardless, right. It doesn't matter.
So we'll play it out here.
But I did explain to her where her son was. That was the most important part: is where her son was and where our son was. I'm sorry.
Milla.
An emergency ex parte order, everything. All right. What am I supposed to do? I was just
We're gonna do a warrant by him.
I was just on the phone with Alexa, and she said, "Just call me back."
I'm gonna start a statement. I'll grab it. We're gonna do a warrant by him because obviously we can't arrest him right now. He's not here. But at least if he comes back, hopefully we can get it back by tomorrow. Just grab him when Michael's brought here or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me start that, and then we'll get going on that.
See how gun-ho he was for just doing that? He was so gun-ho to get that done.
So I'm going to bring this up. So they're starting a warrant based on the what they're telling her. They spoke to you already, and you want to show those receipts actually that you actually went.
Yep.
All right, so these are the two receipts that you got your son's prescription filled at the CVS in Florida. It says it was at the East Colonial Drive CVS in Orlando, Florida.
First of all, let me just show you this one first, just to give everybody somewhat of a context of what's going on. So right here at 7:20, at July 20th at 4:46, I gave her the new flight details. I gave her the hotel. I even said, please let me know if you want me to drop little man off at your house or at the school. What does she do on July 21st at 8:12? What is she doing? She's texting me saying, where is my son? She already knows where her son is. Then she's telling me at 8:13, change your flight. He has therapy. She starts with all this nonsense. And then the medication comes up. She asks me, let me know what the closest CVS location is so I can have Michael's doctor send a prescription. And here it is right here, 1201 East Colonial Drive, Orlando, Florida. What does this show right here? 1201 East Colonial Drive. And this is the time. July 21st, 2025 at 11:23.
Mm-hmm. I mean, people are already, seeing through it. I'm sick of women using the police and social media. I will say this, Killamilla, it's not just women. It's men and women, because both people can be vindictive. I don't want to say it's one side or another. In this situation, I do believe that Sheldon M is right. Yeah, I kind of feel like she set him up. I do feel
I
that
have
way.
to agree with that comment too. I have to agree with that comment.
I do feel like that after I heard the story from Don. I mean, I wanted to, kind of share it out there. And yeah, and men, yes, and men. I want to make that clear, because I think men can do the same thing. I definitely do. So you have your conversation. You let her know you were in Florida. You let her know that the flight was delayed. The police in Orlando already knew the situation. Can you tell me what happened? The Orlando police were called by the Connecticut State Police to try and do a welfare check, right? And they did a welfare check in Sheraton Hotel, which the airport put you up at, and they weren't able to find you. Why weren't they able to find you?
So basically, like you just said, I was at the Hilton Hotel. Yep, this is the police report from Orlando. It's 6001 Destiny Parkway right here in Orlando. And it states here that Trooper Stevens, which is the trooper that's in the video, with the Connecticut State Police Troop F, is requesting assistance conducting a well-being check of Michael and his date of birth. Michael is currently in the care of his father, Donald, with my date of birth. And then she's claiming that Michael was taken to Orlando without knowledge or consent, and Michael does not have enough medication. Now, this was done, look at the timing here, on 7/21/2025 at 11. Oh, sorry.
I will say this. Michael did not have enough medication, but she's kind of like trying to portray it that way. But you were already trying to get the medication for him. So she's trying to push a narrative that benefits her. So that's why I think she's in the wrong. You know what I mean?
And if you guys see here, the call report is right here from the Connecticut State Trooper. So at 7/21/2025 at 8:20, she calls in, like we heard before. She states here at 8:21, Natalie's reporting that Donald was supposed to return their child this morning by 8 a.m. Call states that Donald and the child are in Florida and the flight was delayed, and now will be returning on Tuesday, which is a true statement. I did tell her that. The child's name is Michael. There's no orders currently in place, so there's no type of orders that says I can't go to Florida. There's none of that. As long as I let her know what's going on, that's all I need to know. Let her know. And then this is where it kind of gets
Florida 6-7 times already before that in the past.
Exactly. This is where she's saying right here.
I will say this. Judge Judy herself said men are not second-class citizens. This goes for men and women. Men and women. So if you have a baby, you guys are both equally responsible. It doesn't matter who has sole custody or not. You guys made that baby 50-50. And you guys, I mean, a lot of people need to understand out there that, I mean, she can do what she wants with her kid on her time, and you can do what you want with your kid on your time.
Exactly.
You're a second-class citizen. So I just wanted to bring that up.
So then basically at that point, she goes at July 21st at 11:02 in the morning. This is where the call started coming. Michael's currently not in compliance with his medication and he's missing his appointments, which I had no idea about. And then she's requesting the Orlando PD to perform a welfare check at the Hilton Hotel where Donald's provided his current location. Now they sent their little messages through the system. This is the officer's name that did the welfare check.
It says 11/19, right? 11/19.
Correct. Yes.
That's when it
was sent.
All right. And then can you show me what time the receipt says?
The receipt says
I think it said
right 11:23.
Yeah. So you were at CVS. The police couldn't do a welfare check because you weren't there.
And she knew that I was already going to get the medication. I already told her that I was getting the medication.
I mean, they sent this prescription to the CVS. I mean, I don't
And
understand.
she told the doctor told her that. And on top of it, remember in the video, she said that they didn't have the flight number. Like, I gave her all the flight information. You can just go to Breeze's website, type in the date and the time, and that's it. And then on top of it, the officer tried to make it seem like I wasn't going to give the correct information, either if it's either Bradley or New Haven. I was very, very clear that I was bringing him home on Tuesday, and this was the information. And they could have easily looked that up. They just chose not to do that.
I mean, it's literally insane. So they're trying to push this narrative that it was in your control, that you're trying to hold on to your son longer. You did try to do the right thing and bring your son back on time. You got hemmed up in the court system, and they wouldn't let you fly. Then they're trying to push the narrative that you're not giving your son medications, but you're already in the process and at CVS picking up his prescription so that your son actually has it. While you're at the CVS, the police come to do a welfare check at the Sheraton Hotel, which you're not at because you're at CVS.
Yep,
and so, I mean, I don't understand how the Connecticut State Police even got a warrant for your arrest for those two charges. And then I think you had something up about, on at least the second part of it, you had to meet all the elements in the second charge. Oh. Can you tell me what all the elements are? You don't have to put it up. You can just tell me.
Gotcha. So the first one, the custodial interference on the first degree, the state must prove these four things. The child's under the age of 16. 2, the lack of rights. So this is the defendant did not have a legal right to take, keep, withhold, or remove the child. The next point is another person had lawful custodial or custody, or court order parenting / visitation rights. And then it says if custody orders are unclear or conflicting and are not properly served, the element is weak. The third was intent, and this is a critical one. The defendant intentionally took the child, kept the child, withhold the child, removed the child. And then the fourth one is substance interference. This is conduct, interference with law and custodial and visitation. So Connecticut law is clear. Missed exchange, short delays, family disputes, civil contempt issues do not automatically equal a crime.
Right. So I think
and then there's one last thing. The aggravating factor, what makes it a first degree, the state must prove at least one thing. The child was taken out of Connecticut, or the child was exposed to physical danger or serious risk. The child was concealed or kept from prolonged time with intent to prevent recovery, which none of those occur.
Leroy Truth is in the chat. Thank you, Leroy Truth, for coming in here. We're going to be doing a live later, I believe, at 9 o'clock. Correct me if I'm wrong, Leroy. Live at 9 o'clock with Leroy's channel. So please come in, and we'll see you there. Sorry about that, Don.
No, it's all right. And then the second one is the risk of injury to the child. That's the C felony. Again, the state must provide all these. The victim is a child under 16. The defendant willingly or unlawfully caused or permitted the child to be placed in a situation likely to injure the child, physical health, mental health, and morals. And this is where I feel like they're trying to get me on the mental health, because she's claiming that he didn't have his medication.
But don't you have to have all the elements, not just
correct?
Elements?
Yes, exactly.
Right, so there's 4 elements.
Likelihood.
Is it 4 or 3 elements? I don't remember.
There's 4 bullet points. So the first one says caused or permitted, and then
All right, yeah. So Leroy's live at 9. All right, so there's 4 elements. I believe you only meet 2 of them. If you have to meet them all, you don't. I mean, the first one is the child's under 16. I mean, the child's under 16. The second one is what again?
The defendant willingly or unlawfully caused or permitted the child to be placed in a situation likely to injure the child's either physical health, mental health, or his morals. The third one is likelihood of injury. The situation created was likely to cause injury, which there was no injury. And in the mental state, there was no reckless disregard in any of his mental state. We were at Florida. We were at the Collecticon. We were trading Pokemon cards. There was no type of mental health issues with my son.
Well, Brittany Benson says, Brittany Benson 818 says, she meaning your ex-girlfriend, she is causing stress to her child in this process. I agree with that because, you know, I mean, she's making something out of nothing. I mean, that's just my opinion on that.
Right, and she's been doing this for the last 9 years, so it hasn't stopped. I've constantly been arrested. I've beaten all my charges. I've constantly had protective orders. It doesn't stop. It's very, very easy in Connecticut. I've always paid my child support on time, never missed a payment. You know, always want to be there more than the standard, you know, visitation schedule. You know, I would love to have the kid 50% of the time. Obviously, the state doesn't do that. They only do like a supper visit and every other weekend, and then with the, you know, the shared holidays and stuff. And she's trying to take that all away, basically, you know, saying that her son was basically abused and kidnapped.
And then Tennessee Transparency says it's called parent alienation. I agree with
that. He's
100%
right. 100% right. Yeah, 100% right.
So now, not only that, because of this incident, you're being faced with court ordered visitation now, like supervised visitation, and not
so basically
only
what
that,
happened was
they're having to pay $100 per time per visit to go see your kid supervised. Is that what's going on?
Yeah. So basically what happened was when she got the warrant, as soon as she got the warrant, she knew that I was going to be arrested the next day. She went down to the family court of 235 Church Street, and she went to go see Judge Spader. She filed for an emergency order to remove all access of my visitation. Judge Spader denied her emergency order and told her if I don't have him home on Tuesday, then she can reapply for the emergency order and be able to, you know, take this further. When I got arrested, I ended up putting up my bond. I ended up getting a court date within 24, 48 hours, whatever. I saw the judge. The family relations people that saw us thought that this was complete, like, bogus. They knew that she was kind of lying. They put a temporary restraining order, but not the type of restraining where they stopped me from seeing my son. She didn't like that, and she ran into the state's attorney's office in Middletown, which is Michael Gaylor's office. That's where I'm being charged with. And at that point, she asked to speak with the judge in chambers. The judge gave me my protective order, and then literally 5 minutes after giving me my protective order, she goes and speaks with the judge in chambers. The judge tells her to go refile for another emergency order, Judge Shaw. She goes, files it. Judge Kelly in family court accepts it, and now I have no rights to my kid now.
That's literally insane.
So now since July, I've been asking for discovery. I've been dealing with Michael Gaylor. I've been dealing with Christopher Parakilis. I have not received any discovery. I have been in court now 9 times in Middletown. They have promised me that they were going to get me discovery. No discovery. The last time I was in court was in October. They told me that they had to transfer my case out of Middletown into New London. So now I have Paul Narducci as my state's attorney's rep. That's continuing this case. And I have already seen him now twice, or I already seen him once. It's going to be twice in January 8th is my next court appearance. And he already called me last week and said, I don't have your discovery. So he goes, most likely we're just going to extend this out another 4 to 6 weeks. And
Wow.
That's all that's been happening. Every time I have contacted that state police, they have always told me that they'll have somebody
keep pushing.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Tennessee Transparency says no accountability for lying mothers. I mean, in this situation, there is none. But I will say this: it's not only the mothers. You got to hear both sides of the story. I did listen. I'm listening to her side of the story right now via body cam. I listened to Don's story, and I had to make a decision for myself. I believe Don in everything that's happened. He's got all the documents. He's shown everything. And, I mean, this is why I decided to push out the story and help Don get his story out there. I believe Don in this situation. We can't make it about the mothers are lying and all that stuff. We can't make it about the mothers. I mean, this kind of stuff happens on both sides. One person can be vindictive and another person can be vindictive. In this situation, I don't think that Don is being vindictive. I think he just wants to see his son. He's taking him to Disney World. He's taking him to what was that, Comic-Con? Collecticon. I mean, you're taking him to Florida 6-7 times. It's not cheap. I mean,
no,
it's clear you want to spend time with your son and you're not trying to put him in harm's way. If anything, you went out of your way because your flight got delayed, went to CVS, put him up. You got put up in a hotel. You're trying to do the right things. And I mean, it seems like damned if you do and damned if you don't. In this situation,
and I've had this issue with this officer too. Like I said, this officer that's here at her house, he's also one of the school resource officers, or he works with one of the school resource officers. And basically, they've been working together because when my son was abused, naturally I brought it to the school, which you see here, the photograph in this little video clip, the husband sitting down with the shorts on, right here, next to her. And basically, he's been involved since the beginning, and they're just stalling it. I mean, I've been waiting months now for a police report that I already paid $16 for, and they're telling me 10 to 12 months, and I haven't received it yet. I mean, it's just
crazy. We're going to play a little bit more. I think we're going to try and start to wrap this up a little bit. If there's anything else that you feel that is important to make your story shine, I mean, based off of everything that we've covered, I mean, I feel like, you know, she's kind of stretched the truth to the officers. She's made that clear. She's saying she didn't know your son was going to Florida, even though you've taken your son back and forth to Florida multiple times. Your flight was delayed one time because of bad weather. It is not uncommon for a flight to be delayed in the first place, but this one, beyond your control to begin with, because the Orlando officer is the one that stopped you, said you can't fly. It looks like there could be a pending charge. I have to clear it up with the court system, and we won't know till Monday. Now,
and I want to let you know.
Well, hold on one second. So Monday morning rolls around, right? And then they're like, all right, okay, now we know you're able to fly, so we're going to get you a flight for Tuesday. All right? That's the next available flight we're able to get you, right? So it sounds to me like this was out of your control. It doesn't sound to me like you endangered your son by not getting him his medication, because you have the receipts to prove you were at CVS. The Orlando Police Department tried to do a welfare check. The time was there, 11:17, for the welfare check to be conducted, and that you were at the CVS at I believe it was between 11:30 and 11:20. So
yeah,
I mean, there's no way. I mean, they missed you.
Exactly.
It is what it is. And go ahead, what you wanted to say.
I basically want to just like hit it home that, you know, with all this corruption that's going around, I mean, now with the case being transferred from Middletown to New London, I just don't understand how I'm not getting discovery. I'm being told by judges, I'm being told by the state that I'm going to get discovery, and just nothing is happening. And it's just, I'm only there 4 or 5 minutes, 6 minutes, giving my name, my address. You know, they basically kind of like check me in, and then they say, you know, to the state, do you have anything? And then I always file motions to dismiss, and I have to say nothing has been how should I say it? Not granted, but not granted yet. It's just pending, and I just feel like I'm getting lost into the system, and I haven't seen my kid since July. I think it's killing him to death. You know, and the main reason I thank you, you know, for giving me your platform to be able to explain my side of the story and to get this out there, because I feel that it is very, very important, because if this is happening to me and I'm a nobody, I can only imagine.
I really honestly feel like this could happen to anybody. I mean, everybody has, if anyone has a story, and you know that people that do what I do have their story of why they do what they do, right? I have my own story, and now this could be your story. Jenny Misfit says, Don, make sure you document and record everything, communication and etc. with her. It's important, because me as a First Amendment auditor or journalist, whatever you want to call me, frauditor, I don't care, right? We document everything, because you never know when you're going to need that information. I've had frivolous charges put on me for no reason. Leroy has had frivolous charges put on him for no reason. And this camera footage honestly saves us. I don't know if you're from, I mean, you're from Connecticut. When we went to the council meeting in what town was that? I forget what town it was, but they said we spit on the council members' seats, right? In council chambers, us, the auditors, and we had all the camera footage. If it's not documented, if you don't document every single thing, and I'm glad you have all the receipts, you have all the APP documentation, conversations going back and forth. You have the communication with the police. You have the times when Orlando police did their police report. You have everything. You have everything in your favor. So AV Designs, thank you. It was Groton, Connecticut, where
Groton.
They said that we spit on the council members' seats, and we didn't. So it is very important that if you have a conversation with her, if it's on the phone, I'm not sure you do that anyway.
Yeah, we can't. We don't talk. It's just on the text.
If you do, make sure you record every conversation. And I think in Connecticut, I think you're smart. You did record a conversation. We're not going to play it for time's sake because we've already been at this for almost an hour. Even when you recorded the police, you said, "Hey, this call is being recorded," because I think in Connecticut it's a one-party consent state or something like that.
Yeah, it is.
So you're smart. You're smart even in that. So keep doing what you're doing. There's a lot of people in this chat that stand behind you. A lot of people. I don't know if you've seen the chat, but there's a lot.
I do. I appreciate everybody. And you guys are going to see in the next few minutes, he's going to start giving legal advice. He's really going to start putting me down. He even mentions that I'm going to put him on YouTube and everything else. He doesn't care, and I don't care either. But you'll hear it for yourself how he tries to put me down and everything else. I think this is where it kind of gets a little bit better.
All right, so we'll play a little bit of this, and then
okay.
5 o'clock.
No, I said you didn't buy tickets to Florida.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So he's like, "Oh, we got to go to Florida or do we have to go to Florida to get him?" And then the officer was like, "Oh, you didn't buy tickets to go to Florida, did you?" And he's like, "Nah."
This is the third time he's done this.
I believe you. I've dealt with him too, so I know how he acts, and it's.
Why don't the parents do anything about these people, though? It's Connecticut. Why? It's a Father's Day.
It is.
And they're saying, why haven't the courts done anything about this? Because in the previous times, it sounds like that you have gone to court for similar things, possibly. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you've gone to court and they found that you've done nothing wrong. So they said, "Oh, how can you keep getting away with this? My son was here late one time." It sounds like there's no sanctions being in place because you're not really doing anything wrong, right?
I just shared my screen. This is the actual case, and as you can see right here, look how many filings right here.
Let me add it real fast. Okay.
341 filings. I was supposed to be in court tomorrow, but she's supposedly sick, so they canceled it at 10 a.m. So, of course, another month not seeing your child. So February 25th at 2 o'clock. If you notice, the first appearance was at 10 a.m. in the morning, which would give us enough time to be able to go over things. But they book these times at 2 o'clock, knowing that, the court's only going to be open for 3 hours. So I don't even know how much time we're even going to have to even go over anything. But this is what she does. And a lot of it, this is all her. P. She's the plaintiff. Yeah, there is some D's here for defendant. Obviously, I have to defend myself on some of the things that she files. But when she files, a bunch of motions, and she has filed a motion for emergency access to remove the child.
The whole rap sheet on the whole?
This is the whole rap sheet. I want to show everybody that this happened since September 13, 2016. I was arrested. She tried to say that I wrapped hair ties around my son's genitals. That's how bad this has gotten. Yeah. She's no good.
And you had a visitation after that, right?
Yeah, I had to pay. I had an attorney that I had to pay like $500 an hour to defend me.
My point being is they found that didn't happen.
Oh yeah, and they didn't find any. No, I had to do the whole process. I had to go through family relations. They had to sit down with somebody. She was trying to say that I was an alcoholic. I don't even drink. I mean, I had to take P tests, background screenings, all this stuff, and it all came out to be nothing. And it's just money to the state because naturally, you're working, so they don't give you these services for free. You got to pay for everything, and this is how these services make their money.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to start wrapping this up here. If anybody has some words of wisdom for Don Izzo, put it in the comments. If you guys have any advice, if this has happened to you, I know we've had Jenny. She's had some things happen. Brittany Benson, maybe. If anyone has any words of wisdom for Don or some advice on what he can do, I mean, we had some good advice. Record everything, right? Brittany says, keep being a decent person. I mean, I wouldn't have done this story if I didn't think you were decent. If you didn't, you showed me all the facts. And that's the only reason I agreed to do this. And I didn't want to come on this to say like, oh, women are bad or men are, and because I know that it happens on both sides. But in this case, I want to keep stressing that I believe that she is trying to manipulate the system and
absolutely
she's trying to pull the right strings. She knows what strings she's trying to pull. Okay, so don't let her win if able, obviously. Keep your cool, cry in court. He's a strong man. I don't think he'll cry in court. Is there anything else you want the audience to know?
No, nothing. Besides, like I said, my case is now, like I said, was transferred from Middletown, Michael Gaylor, to New London, Paul Narduzzi. Next court date is January 8th. And I have no confidence that they're going to have discovery or anything. Like I said, I'm lucky that I even got this body cam footage because
right.
I wouldn't have anything.
All right, so Jenny actually makes a good point. I mean, if you don't have a journal, I don't know if I mean, you can keep putting things in Google Docs, but get a journal out each time something happens. Document everything. Like write down anything, no matter what it is. It could be good. It could be bad. Write it down. I think that is very good. You will be old enough.
And I also want to say I want my son to know that we care about him, and I'll always be thinking about him. So if he ever has to look at this down the line 10 years from now, he'll at least know that his dad was always fighting for him, And like one of your comments just said, stay strong, and I will stay strong.
Cat 73. Cat's my ride or die, by the way. She's one of the ride
thanks,
or die. So dress nice for court. I mean, I appreciate you guys sticking with me through this. I think at one point we had, 300 people in here at one time. Is there anything else you want to get out there before we shut this down?
No. Thank you again for giving me the opportunity to, tell my son.
On your way out, please hit that like button. We'll try and get this story out to as many people as we can. We're already dealing out with a bunch of corrupt things in Connecticut. This is just one more. So if we can try to get Don's story out. And like I said before, this isn't about men or women. It's just about the system and the way people manipulate it. And I feel like Don has been dealt the short end of the stick. So I want to thank you all for joining me, Garden State Accountability, to this live stream. I don't do too many. Maybe I'll start doing some more, but I'm happy that all of you were here, and I hope you guys enjoyed everything that you watched here today. So put comments in the video if you're watching this after. If you have any words of wisdom for our friend Don over here, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Don,
thanks, guys.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for telling us your story. I hope this helps you out in the best way possible. All right.
I'll keep you guys updated. I got you guys.
Absolutely. Keep me updated. You have my phone number. You have my email. So keep me updated on all court dates. And if there's any way that this channel can help you, we will. So appreciate all you guys sticking by, and enjoy the rest of your night, guys.
Thanks, guys.
And did it end?